Hi guys, it's SimLicy here, so welcome to another speed build, and today we are building another family home, but this time I am only using the Cats and Dogs expansion pack along with the base game, of course, to create this house, and I also did it in a similar style to the other houses that I've built in this neighborhood of Sable Square, so that way, in case you do like this style and have wanted to download my other builds that are like it, but just don't have all the packs, so you know, things were missing and whatnot, or you just didn't want to download them for that reason, this one would be perfect for you if you just have cats and dogs, and it doesn't matter what other packs, expansions, you know, stuff packs and whatnot you have in your game. So yeah, that's pretty cool, and hopefully you guys will like the way it turns out, and hopefully you're not getting sick of this style. I mean, it'll probably be the last one that I do for a while. That way, you know, it's not too repetitive, and I can try out some other styles here in Brindleton Bay as well. But I mean, this style for me is so much fun to build in, and it just looks like a barn, and it's so cute. I like it a lot. And I did imagine that this one was a little bit more of a farmhouse. I mean, even though I didn't really like make any fields or anywhere for like farm animals to live, or a garden even, but there's like planter boxes and there's a nice backyard. I thought that maybe this house, they used to run a farm, but instead now they train and rehabilitate stray animals, probably. I mean, I put a little training ground in the back, and then inside you'll see there's a room that has like a tiny little vet clinic. It has a place to make medicine and to see patients, so I thought that maybe an adult in this house takes in stray animals, gets them healthy again, probably trains them in the backyard to learn to do tricks, and just, you know, finds them a good home and a happy family to go to. So I thought that was kind of a cool idea and would probably be so fun to play that kind of gameplay. So yeah, you guys will have to let me know what you think about that idea in the comments. And hopefully you guys like this house. You'll have to let me know. And I was looking off of a real life house, so, you know, if you follow me on Pinterest, you may have seen something that looks similar to this. I mean, I have like a whole board on Pinterest that's like houses that have these kind of like barn-shaped roof pieces, and sometimes I'll kind of take bits and bobs from each of those and kind of blend them together, but this one was a pretty specific house that I was looking at, and while it doesn't look identical, it does look pretty similar, and I really like it, and hopefully you guys will like it too. This little section of the house, I end up having to make a little bit larger because that's where I end up putting the family bathroom upstairs, so I needed a little bit larger of a space, so that gets changed off camera when I was working out the floor plan, because once again, I apologize, it did not show the floor plan. I hate doing that, but seriously, this was one of the worst ones in all of my building experience. It was so hard to figure out the floor plan for this house, and it was weird. I was actually like laying in bed one night and I was getting ready to fall asleep, and I was thinking about kind of trying to sort it out in my head, like picturing it in my mind, and I had this idea of a kitchen, and I was like, oh, I could do the kitchen as like more of a galley kitchen. You could walk through it instead of trying to place it up against like in the corner of a house somewhere, because I always try to do that. I try to stick a kitchen in the corner and then try to work from that, and it's so hard. But yeah, it ended up working out really nicely, and I ended up really liking the floor plan at the end. So you walk in the front door and it kind of opens up into these archways. I use archways a lot because I feel like it gives a break in between space without closing it off too much. It's not like putting up doors where it feels really closed off and kind of claustrophobic. It makes it nice and breezy and open and makes the house flow, in my opinion. So yeah, you walk in, you can see the living room off to the left, and then into like the front of your view, you'll see the dining room and the kitchen area, and I just think it works out really nicely. There is there's a bathroom downstairs. It does have a stand-up shower. I was gonna make the bathroom a little bit larger and do like a makeshift washer and dryer. That way, if you have laundry day, you could add a washing machine, but there's still room in there, and you could still figure it out, or use the office area as a washer and dryer space, or add it in the kitchen. Maybe that might be a little bit too crowded, but yeah, you could work it out if you do have laundry day, or just put a clothesline outside and wash your clothes all natural. That'd be pretty cool as well. There's definitely space to do that, and yeah, I don't know. I was really tempted to use other packs, you guys. I really wanted to use Parenthood. I really wanted to use Laundry Day, and it was really hard not to at certain points. So I had to be very strict on myself. And at this point, I wasn't sure about the color scheme. I ended up going with blue and white, which I know is very stereotypical of these kind of like coastal homes. So next time I build, at least in this world, I probably should try to use few different colors or something like that. But I mean, I like the way it turns out in the end, so hopefully you guys will like it too. It looks so cozy, and I don't know, it's just really nice, and I like it a lot. I end up really liking the backyard too. I put a little monkey bar as a sandbox, a place to barbecue, and then also the training ground, and then it's got like, it's all fenced in, and it's just, it looks pretty nice. I like the way it turns out, and I like the stone that I ended up using as well. I was trying to do some like design around the window. I don't know. It wasn't working for me, but I like the accent of stone, and I ended up going with the nicer shingling in the end because we have the different shingles that are a little bit more distressed or a little bit dirtier of a color, but I go with the bright white and not distressed shingles. And I don't think I've really used those yet, so that I thought that looked really nice, and it looks clean and it looks brand new, and yeah, I don't know. I like it, so hopefully you guys will like it as well. And I really was trying to use these little awnings to the windows, but never ended up using them a lot. But I kind of found it a little bit difficult to mix the base game with just cats and dogs. I mean, this is it's probably because this is the largest build that I've done using base game and another pack. Like usually when I limit myself to just base game, it's a pretty small home, like usually one story, only a couple bedrooms. But I mean, this one is a full-on family home. I think this is a 30 by 30 lot, and it's 2-story, 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and yeah, it's a pretty good size home. But now I'm onto the landscaping, and oh, it looks so nice. It's so green, and I use these a lot when I do these houses in Brindleton Bay. I use a lot of the lavender and the sunflowers, but because you know that there's that can, the like milk jug can that came with cats and dogs, and it looks like there was fresh cut lavender and sunflowers put into that can. I thought that maybe they go out in the yard and cut them themselves, and so I try to mix those into the yard. I don't know, it's probably a bit silly, but I really like that touch of I don't know, that you can just imagine them out there picking their flowers and then bringing them in home and just putting them in the canisters throughout the house, and it just makes it all cozy. And because I use those canisters a lot, they're probably my new favorite like flower sort of item, at least, well, I don't know, at least from the ones that I was able to use during this build. I love them a lot. I think that they just look so nice. And so yeah, I did use lots of sunflowers in the exterior, sized some of them up and shuffled them around, trying to make them all not look exactly the same and too repetitive. And I sliced this tree down, and I thought it looked so cute and so like kind of just short. It looks so nice, and nice little pathway around the house so you can get to the backyard. There's 2 gates exiting the backyard, so your Sims should be able to maneuver around pretty easily, and if you can of course lock them if you don't want anybody going in and out of them. And I know sometimes, at least when I first got the Sims, it doesn't seem to be that bad now, but I would have Sims just like show up at like my back door. It was like so frustrating. This was like before we even had the ability to lock doors or anything. And yeah, that was a bit irritating. And at this point, I was just going to do this short barn fence, farm fence, barn fence, mix those 2 words together, around the whole property. But then I decided to go with this tall brown one in the end and kind of make the backyard a little bit more private, which I thought was really nice. And I did some of the terrain paint that has the flowers around too, and I love that blossom tree. I'm not sure what type of tree that technically is, but with the white flowers, it just stands out and looks so pretty. But here I am making the sandbox and a little play area for the kids, and then throwing out some of the little training stuff for the pets. I wasn't sure how exactly at this point how I was going to lay it out. But yeah, I don't know. I just tried to make it look as natural and using only terrain paint. Usually I use some sort of like concrete paths in the back, but this one is just terrain paint. Like they've just put down some like gravel to make the paths, and I tried to make it look kind of naturalesque. So is that a word? I don't think that's a word. Making stuff up around here, but yeah, I think it turns out really nice. And yeah, I don't know, it's just really, it's sweet. It's a sweet little home. Oh, and the planter boxes, I couldn't forget about those, because I did imagine the family in the house would like to have some fresh like fruits, flowers, vegetables, that kind of stuff, a little bit of gardening. But I mean, they don't have a full-on garden because, like I said, they're not too much of farmers anymore. They're more into animals. Maybe their dad or grandfather passed this house down to them and they were a farmer, and they decide to repurpose the property into something that they're more passionate about. So that's pretty cool. I mean, that would be something that I would totally be into. My parents own a farm. I'm staying there with them right now, and I'm not really a farmer. I don't enjoy it that much. I mean, I grew up doing it, and I've spent a lot of time doing it with my parents. But I think if I ever inherit the property and had to repurpose it to something that I would definitely be centered more around like just doing stuff with animals, I think. I don't know. I just want to have a little hobby farm with a little piggy that I can give my scraps to, and a peacock. I want a peacock. I've been like trying to figure out all the animals that I want to get. I just need to have just a little petting zoo of my own would be so nice. It's my little animal friends, just like Snow White or something, with her birds and her little chipmunks, and I don't know. I'm getting completely off topic, but the backyard is coming together, and yeah, I did play test the little training area and the sandbox you saw in the intro, and so everything works just fine. I was able to get the Sims and the animals to everything they needed to get to. And it was kind of funny because the pets were actually being pretty stubborn with the training ground, so the Sim was getting all like mad, like it was working, but the dog was very stubborn. I adopted the dog randomly, so I don't know its traits, and so maybe it was a stubborn dog, and that maybe that's why I was having so many trouble. But once he like gave in and I guess quit being so stubborn, he was able to use everything just fine. But this is the little side porch entry. It's similar to the other house that I built for the Brindles and Bays collab, so it's, I don't know, it's right there on the side of the house. It goes in by the bathroom and opens up into the kitchen and dining room area, which I thought was really nice. And little trash cans tucked in there by the garden hose, which is so sweet. And I really like that bench, and I was thinking about it because you know the other, like the indoor chairs that we got with little cushions tied around the back? We got those with this pack as well, and they look really similar. Wouldn't it be cute if this bench had like a little cushion tied onto it? I thought that would be so cute, and like the same patterns, but you know, we didn't get that, so but I thought that'd be really cute. But this is the front porch, little seating area, just to just have somewhere nice to sit and drink your coffee and just look at the sunrise. Actually, the sunrise is on the back of the house, so never mind. Watch the sunset. It would be a better way to use the front porch. But yeah, I noticed something whenever I build these houses with like a couch on the front porch. The dogs love to lay on them, which I think is so cute and seems kind of realistic. Like they want to be outside, they want the fresh air, but there's, you know, they need a nice place to sprawl out, and so they go to the couch on the front porch, which I thought was really, really cute. But yeah, we are almost done with the exterior, and then we get on into the interior. But first I hang up some lights around the porch, and I was gonna end up like just hanging these little lanterns around, but I end up doing the ceiling lights around the porches, which brightened it up a lot more than just those tiny little lanterns. So I put the lanterns around the sides of the house, which I think looks really nice, so it's pretty lit up at night without looking overly like the Griswold's family Christmas house or something, where it's like it's overpowering. But now we are on into the interior, and this is going to be the kitchen. So this is the idea that I thought of with having it like a galley kitchen, because I was really struggling with where to place this kitchen with still having like it kind of makes sense to the rest of the house. So it's pretty tiny, like there's not a whole lot of counter space, but I mean you have everything that you need, and I think it looks really nice in the end. And then I do this little seating area with the bay window, and then I love this swatch on the chair with the red. Oh, why have I not used those chairs yet? They're so cute. I mean, I've used the chairs, but not the ones with the red flowers. It was magical. I loved it so much. But so they don't have like a huge formal dining room, but I didn't imagine this house would. So I thought that little eat-in kitchen or table area into the kitchen would be perfect for this house. And I thought about shoving it up against the little bay window seat, but I wanted it to be usable, and I knew that wouldn't be usable, even though it probably would have looked nice as if there was a little bench seat against the window. But oh well, maybe for another time. And I do have the debug objects unlocked or open in this build, so I do use a lot of the feathers, so I have a little bit more artwork to hang up around the house. So there's like the different little bird plaques with the feathers, and it tells you what kind of bird they are. So I thought that was really cool, and that's something I haven't collected in the game, which I would really like to be able to do, and I'm not really sure how it works exactly, because I've had like a current household that I was playing for a while. I had a dog, and I would have him like chase the birds and stuff, but I'm not sure exactly how they collect the feathers. Or does a cat do it? How does it work? Do you guys know exactly? You'll have to let me know. I'm not entirely sure. But now I'm just kind of cluttering up the bathroom, oh my god, I'm losing it. The kitchen counters, and I kind of struggled with this because there's some things that I like to use from other packs that I just wasn't able to use. Like I usually use like the cutting board from Cool Kitchen and a few little knickknacks from Outdoor Retreat and Parenthood, and it's definitely, I think if you enjoy this style of house, I would definitely get Parenthood, because that was one that I was really like reaching for or wanting to use and thinking of items from that pack and being like, oh, I wish I could use that. But no, I was like, Dawn, you got to limit yourself. You got to just use the base game. But I ended up switching out this door right here. I was just going to use the one that has the window and put like a little curtain over it, which I thought would be really cute. But I wanted to have enough place for a shower in here since I knew there was only going to be one bathroom upstairs now. But you could put the washer and dryer there if you find that you don't need that extra shower in the house. So that would be a perfect spot to have it. But yeah, it's just a tiny little bathroom, not too much to it, but there's a litter box in here, a sink and a toilet and a shower. So, you know, it's a pretty usable space, which is really nice. And you, of course, could put in the fancy self-cleaning litter box, which would be just like the best thing to ever to have in real life. But yeah, I just went with the classic litter box for this family because I thought they were, you know, they probably don't spend too much money on those kind of like very unnecessary expenses. I can't talk. I apologize. Unnecessary expenses. So I thought that would be perfect for them, and a little place to hang the leash and the dog food right above the little dog food containers, which I thought was really sweet. But yeah, I definitely started with this area decorating because I kind of had an idea of what I wanted it to look like. So got that all taken care of, because sometimes I'll just, after I get the floor plan, I just immediately start at the front door and work my way through the entire house. But yeah, this time I did the kitchen and dining and bathroom first, so that's kind of something different. And I just did a little seating area by the stairs that lead up to the upstairs. I love using those pictures that have like the little 4 pictures, imagining that there's pictures of like family in there, even though they're like birds or flowers or something. I imagine that they're pictures of like, you know, that's pretty realistic to go to somebody's house and then up their stairway they have like family photos. That's what I imagine those are. But yeah, I wish we could like change the pictures to pictures that we take in game. Wouldn't that be like the best? But anyways, this is the living room area, so I got a fireplace to fit in here. It's pretty it's a pretty narrow living room, but it all works totally fine. I mean, the Sims were able to walk around and get to everything they need to, watch TV, and yeah, it all worked really nicely, and so I like it a lot. And then right here I am deleting the wall behind it so I can put a picture frame up on the fireplace. I did get a few comments asking me how I do that exactly, but if you have move objects on, you use the Control 9 key to raise things up, and if you don't delete the wall behind it, it will automatically snap to the wall because it is a picture. So you do have to delete that and then use the Control 9 key to raise it up and set it up on the mantle or wherever you're trying to place it. But yeah, if it's a picture, it will snap to a wall, so you'll want to delete that if you're trying to rest it on anything that's not a wall. But this is going to be the little clinic room, so your Sims can take in strays from around the neighborhood and get them all fixed up and find them brand new homes. Or they could just create medicine and take it to their vet clinic when they go to work or whatever you want to do. But I did put an exam table in here so they could treat sick animals at home, which I thought was really cute, and I ended up sectioning it off to make the exam area a little bit more private, and then I put the cooler for the medicine out in the front area, and then do like a giant cat tree and some more food bowls in place, because I imagine they probably have 1 or 2 pets that are their own that stay at the house all the time, and then they probably have like a handful of, you know, dogs and cats that are there randomly to be rehabilitated. I feel weird saying that, like they're, I don't know, like they're completely broken, but I imagine they're just need to be a little bit nursed back to health. You know, they're probably a little bit hungry, maybe mangy, and need to be fed and taken care of and given a bath. But yeah, so I thought that was kind of a cute idea. Like, I like the idea of finding stray animals homes. I think that's pretty cute. But yeah, I was kind of struggling for a while what to put in here. I was like, do I just do a side table, just some clutter items? Do I put a chair in here? What do I do? And just went with the cat tree because the cat trees are so large, they're hard to find like places to put them in just regular places in the house, I find. At least I struggle with it anyhow, so I thought in here would be the perfect place for the cats to go and rest and scratch their claws and do all their little kitty things that they need to do. And then I moved the little posters in here so whoever's working on the pets can see their whatever those little posters say about the animals' organs and, oh my goodness, whatever else is inside them. It's weird. Just hanging some more ceiling lights around to get more lights up, but this is going to be the home office area, so you could of course use it for something else if you needed it, but I always like to have an office area for my Sims to do their skill building and have a nice place for the computer, that they can do some painting. But I end up putting just some bookcases and then a fish tank in here too, which was really cool because I don't use this fish tank too often. I used it in an apartment build, and I believe that's the only place that I've used it since we've got cats and dogs. But I really like this fish tank. I think it's so cool, and it's got like the little nautical scenery on the inside of the fish tank, so it's so cute. And something that I wish is when you fully stocked fish tanks, they transferred through the gallery, because I know when I have built community lots and I put a fish tank, it's like when your sim is visiting that community lot, they have to use their own money to stock it, which is like, or if they didn't transfer through the gallery and your sims went to stock it, it wouldn't actually charge them. And it would only do that on home lots. I don't know. I wish there was something else that we could do about that. But anyways, we are on to the upstairs now. So this is the first bedroom we're decorating, and this is the master bedroom. And I didn't fit an ensuite up here. There just really wasn't the space for it. I mean, I probably could have made the bedroom a little bit smaller, but I liked how big it was, and I just think it looks so sweet, and got a fireplace in here with a little chair and a dresser, and I love the colors. I haven't used the red swatch on this bed yet, I don't believe. I could be wrong about that, but I don't think I've used the red swatch. I think I've used the green one and the blue one so far, and I haven't had too much of an opportunity to use the crazy pattern one. I really like that one, but I wanted to use one of these rugs, and I felt like it was just a little bit too crazy, and I wanted it to be a little bit more subtle, so that's why I went with that. And I love hanging these little bird things up all over the walls. I really want to collect those in-game. Maybe in the Not So Berry at some point we'll be able to collect those. And I had so much fun recording last episode, by the way, you guys. I was so happy to finally put Not So Berry back up on my channel. So if you watched that, I hope you enjoyed that episode. I mean, I was a little bit slow getting back into it, but I had a good time, and I'm looking forward to recording more episodes. But anyways, here I am doing the same trick as I did downstairs, so I could put a picture up on the fireplace. I just had to move the wall and the roofs out of the way so I could get everything up there properly. And yeah, I think it turns out really nice in the end, just putting some clutter up around the bedroom. So it looks like somebody lives here, which you guys have been leaving me so many comments about how much you love just how much clutter I add. You say it makes it look so lived in, and that's exactly what I'm trying to achieve, so I'm so happy you guys like that. And then the hallway, I don't do too much. I just add the little linens with a few little decorations. I think off camera, I can't remember if I did on camera or not, I had like a clock or something in the hallway. I just really wasn't sure what to add here, and it was a pretty narrow space, so I didn't want to crowd it up too much and make it hard for your Sims to walk through the hallway. I mean, most likely you're going to play with like walls halfway up, so you won't even see the hallway anyways. You'll just see a few decorations in the center of it, so it doesn't matter too much, but I don't like to leave it too bare. And this room, it could be for another adult sim if you prefer, but I imagine it would be for a teenager or somebody who is about to move out. You could also make it, you could probably make it 2 bedrooms. Honestly, it's a pretty good sized room. If you wanted to, the wall where it's at an angle, you could probably make it more of like a square shaped and add another door on that side, and then split the room right in half if you needed 2 separate bedrooms. But yeah, I just decided to leave it like a large room. That way I could have another room that had a double bed. And yeah, I went with a very pink theme, which it looks so cute. And I don't think I've used this swatch on the bed yet. So I was so happy to be able to use that. And I fit in a desk area, dresser, 2 bedside tables, and lots of different little knickknacks and clutter items. And I imagine everybody in this family adores animals. So there's lots of little animal clutter detail in all of the bedrooms, which I think is so cute. Like this room has like bunnies and puppies and kitties, I think. Like it has a mixture of both. And I think the kids room has a mixture of both, but then the toddler room has like more wild animals, where it has like the little picture of the elephant and has the giraffe. So it's like a little bit more, like wild safari animal type. So I thought that was kind of cool. It would be so cool if we had actual like safari animals or animals that you would see at like a regular zoo. Oh, that would be the best. I would be so excited. I mean, people have done amazing things with the cats and dogs, being able to create animals that look like they would be found in a forest or out in the safari or something. It's so cool. But yeah, this room is about finished. I just added a few more decorations, and then we have this little nook right here, which was just kind of a random space that was hard to figure out how to add to one of the bedrooms. I mean, it could have made this bedroom a little bit bigger that's right next to it, which is the toddler's bedroom. So you could totally do that if you need a larger bedroom for when they age up or something. But I thought a nice little play nook or reading nook, whatever you want to call it, would be perfect for this household since there would be so many kids. And I ended up getting rid of the little toy house and just put a toy box in here, and it has the bookshelf, a few little decorations on the wall, and the seating area. And I love sizing down the stuffed animals and putting them up on couches and stuff. I think it makes it look like they've just set their little stuffed animals up on the furniture and they're just ready to be played with. So cute. And this is going to be the kids' bedroom, and then I think I just throw the toddler bedroom in there, or bed in there, trying to figure out exactly what I'm going to do. But I decorate the kids' room first. It has kind of a yellow color scheme, yellow and blue. And I don't think I've ever used this color of wallpaper before, and I love it, especially with that blue bed with the kitties on it. I was like, this is too cute. Like, I thought it was so adorable, and I ended up putting a little art table in here in a little bit also, and then I think I fit a bookcase. No desk or anything, but you could always join it with the toddler bedroom if you need a bigger bedroom too. So there's lots of possibilities with the bedrooms. And I mean, like, the bathroom is huge, so you can make one of these rooms a bathroom if you felt like you needed more space. And yeah, there's all kinds of things you could do, which is really nice. So usually I don't make floor plans. I mean, every once in a while I'll make a floor plan and I'm like, oh yeah, this could be easily adapted to, you know, as your family grows or changes. But I felt like this one specifically would be a really good house to manipulate into other bedrooms for different size families or even bigger families than what it allows. So that's really cool, because you could make it 5 bedrooms, totally. You could probably even make it 6 bedrooms if you turned one of these into the bathroom, right? Or no, I'm confusing myself. Yeah, no, you could, because the downstairs in the lab area, you can make that a bedroom if need be as well. So yeah, it's a big house, which is really nice. But now we're on into the toddler's room, which is really soft looking. I love this green bed. I think it's so cute with a little bear cushion, and I end up swapping out the curtains, which I've already done, but the curtains I wanted to use the curtains that I had in the kids room in the toddler room, and I didn't want them to have the same curtains, so I ended up just switching them over to this room, which I thought looks really, really cute in here. And the little cloud light, I never used that, but since it was a base game, I was like, oh yeah, this is an option, and it's adorable. I believe it came with the toddler update. But now we're on to the bathroom, and it's the last room of the house, so you can see it's a pretty good size bathroom. It has the shower and tub combo, and then it still has like a room to fit like another one, right? Like, it's humongous. But I got the toilet and just some clutter items. If you wanted to fit the washer and dryer up here, this would be a good space to do it as well, because there's tons of room. So yeah, I'm trying to be a little bit more mindful of that whenever I do builds, that I'm not necessarily going to put a washer and dryer in. I want to make it at least easy for you to change it if that's something that you want to have in the house. But yeah, since it's a base game only and cats and dogs, it wasn't totally necessary to make a washer and dryer area. But anyway, so we're almost done with the bathroom, and it's the last room of the house, and you guys will have to let me know in the comments what you guys thought of this house and what you guys would like to see in the future. I would really appreciate it. And yeah, anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and please leave any comments or suggestions that you have, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye!